Hello, my name is Steve Pringle and I'd like to welcome you to the very first episode of Steve's Mixtapes. If you've listened to the trailer that I put out a while back, then you'll have the general gist, but just in case you haven't, this is basically a celebration of the art of making a mixtape. It is true that in the last few years I've tried to make a bit of an effort to listen to albums in their entirety, as they were intended, because that can be a very rewarding experience. But I have always loved making mixtapes, right back from the very days when it involved, your C90s and your C60s and very careful use of the pause button. There is going to be a format for this. There's going to be 10 songs in each mix. There are 9 categories plus one wild card, and I'll explain that as I go through. The first category is called Hit the Ground Running, so something to start the mix off that sets the pulse racing a little bit. And I fairly quickly came to the conclusion that I should start the very first mix with this. Husker Du with the title track of their 1985 album Flip Your Wig, which to my mind is probably their best. I mean, you could make the case for New Day Rising or Zen Arcade, but for me, as far as sort of hooky, hardcore power pop goes, Flip Your Wig is just simply the best. I should say I'm recording this on Christmas Day, which might not be the wisest of decisions, given that I had a couple of glasses of sherry mid-morning and a couple of glasses of wine later on. But as some of you will already know, I have 2-year-old twins at home, and so quite a lot of the day has involved looking after them. I've taken them out for a couple of walks, so it hasn't been all debauchery and drinking today. So hopefully I'm enough compos mentis enough to tell you all about these songs. Now, the next 2 categories we've got are something old and something new, and that's fairly self-explanatory. The something old has to be something that's 50 years old at least, and the something new has to be something from the last 12 months. So we'll start with the something old.
Mr. Pharmacist, can you help me out today in your usual lovely way? Oh, Mr. Pharmacist, I insist. Can you give me something that will persist, Mr. Pharmacist? Dear pharmacist, won't you please give
place I live has a name, but there's another one, older, emerging through the mist. I saw where I was, as it was before we called it anything. Now we live in the wreckage of a colonizing force whose racist poison still flows. So scared of a moment of discomfort now, we turn away from the obvious. All we have is stolen and can't be owned. This America, the old idea, I want it to die. Non-metaphorical decolonization beneath the one sky. Let this old world shatter, transform. Allegiance to nothing at all but the burning present moment. I cut the cord connecting man and start again. I show the kid how to give up everything.
That was Mount Erie with Non-Metaphorical Decolonization from their recent Night Palace album, which features on my Best Albums of 2024 list, which you can see or you can find a link to on my website, which is called stevesmixtapes.com. And before that, a 1966 single, The Other Half with Mr. Pharmacist, which of course any Fall fan will be very familiar with. Just a little bit about me. If you found your way here, it may well be via my work about the Fall. I wrote a blog about the Fall called The Fall in Fives, and I also have published a book called You Must Get Them All, The Fall on Record, and there's links to all of that stuff again on stevesmixtapes.com. I am a civil servant. I live in Paris. I have 7 children, believe it or not. The eldest is 28 now, and as I mentioned before, I have 2-year-old twins. So as I say on the website page, I don't get out much. Anyway, the next category is something borrowed. That could be a cover, a sample, or something that steals a bit from another artist. And with that last bit, we're fairly likely to get a few full selections as we go on. For this one, if you grew up in the 1970s, like I did, you may remember The Adventures of Robinson Crusoe, a series that was dubbed into English. It was French, I think. That used to appear quite often on Saturday mornings during the summer holidays. And if you do remember that, then you will recognise this.
me. You can't fly with him in our bed and not smell me. You look away again, I might ask you to explain why you haven't really told me anything. The silence when you hold me is deafening.
That was Cinerama with Crusoe, the B-side to their 1998 single Dance Girl Dance, which features the theme from The Adventures of Robinson Crusoe, which was composed by Robert Mellin and Gian Piero Riverberi, if I've got that right. If any of you don't know of Cinerama, they were the sort of side project of David Gedge that he had in sort of the early 2000s while The Wedding Present were on hiatus. I'd like to dedicate that song to Johnny Mack and to Keg and all the other people participating in the Cinerama Cup that I'm currently running. You can see a link again on stevesmixtapes.com. Crusoe was criminally eliminated at the group stage, so I'd like to dedicate to all the people who did send it well-deserved points, even though it failed catastrophically. And I'm still gutted about that. Anyway, moving on, next category, something blue. That can be anything with blue or blues in the title, a piece of blues music, or something just a bit sad. For the very first choice, I'm going to go with probably my favourite song with the word blues in the title.
Sometimes I get too drunk and feel so goddamn low. I have no place to go, no one to turn to. I think about your loving arms, where I'd like to be, but it's selfish as can be, and I know it. And if I'm sorry for myself, I'm sorry for you too, 'cause I'm the same as you, and I'm burning. So I sing for everyone who feels there's no way out. Or maybe if you all shout, someone will hear you. Listen to them shout. That I love you, 'cause that would be a lie. I can only say I try, and you know it. Love is something more and less than words can hope to say. It's something day to day in the life we're living. Lovers come and lovers go, but friends are hard to find. Yes, I can count all mine on one finger. So I sing for everyone who feels there's no way out. Or maybe if you all shout, someone will hear you. Oh, listen to them shout. The distance that's between us, it just never seems to change. There's a whole mountain range of misunderstanding. So I sing for everyone who feels there's no way out. Or maybe if you all shout, someone will hear you. Or listen to them shout.
Shouting in a Bucket Blues by Kevin Ayers from his 1973 album Banana More. And if you don't know any of Kevin Ayers' stuff, I'm quite a recent convert to him, and he's well worth looking up, particularly his first sort of 3 or 4 albums. In any good mixtape, there needs to be a point to which you sort of take things down a notch, and so we have a category called Turn It Down. And on this very first mix, that moment is going to be provided by Mark Koslek. Now, Mark Koslek is a bit of a problematic character, shall we say, and some of his albums with Sun Kil Moon do stray a little bit into the self-indulgent side of things, but this is a beautiful, beautiful song, and means quite a lot to me as well. So this is Sun Kil Moon with Sunshine in Chicago.
Pulling my guitar out of its green velvet case, 100 settlers were staring at my face. Sent a note from a fan named Estefania and a notice of inspection from Air Canada. Sitting at the Days Inn Hotel, Chicago, room 222 with the ceiling fan low. And I just got in the door from Ontario, and I'm going home tomorrow. I took a walk down to Lincoln Avenue, got myself a foot massage and a manicure too. And I looked up at the marquee, and hey, it was my name, next to Julie Holland, think that was her name. Sunshine in Chicago makes me think about my dad. It was 8 or 9 siblings I'm told that he had. When the summertime came, his parents put him on a bus and sent him to his uncle's in Chicago for 3 months. Sunshine in Chicago makes me feel pretty sad. My band played here a lot in the 90s when we had lots of female fans, and fuck, they all were cute. Now I just sign posters for guys in tennis shoes. Tomorrow I'll get up at 9:15. No itching and burning like I got the other time. My back, it fucking hurts, but otherwise I'm fine. Sunshine in Chicago. Sunshine in Chicago.
From the 2012 album Among the Leaves, that was Sunshine in Chicago by Sun Kil Moon. And the line about his dad always sort of resonates a bit with me. I lost my dad back in 2010, and it's just, I think, a really beautiful song. So something else I think is really important in these mixes is that we get something that's not from the UK or North America. So this section is called Around the World. Now, when it's my choice for these mixes, you're going to get quite a lot of African music because I love it. And for this first occasion, we're going to get a bit of Nigerian psych rock.
The bottom of Africa. Allah.
marvellous stuff. That was Ofo the Black Company with Allah Wakbar, a single that they released in 1972. And you'll hear a bit more sort of African 70s psych rock when it's my choice in these mixes. Right, moving on to the next category, which is left of centre. So this is where you get the opportunity to choose something a bit sort of more obscure or avant-garde or experimental, just something a bit different, really. This track I've chosen for this first one is by an artist called Blythe Field. I came across Blythe Field through one of my favourite pastimes, which is sort of rooting about in Bandcamp just to see what you can find. Blythe Field are the alter ego of a guy called Spencer Radcliffe. I can't say I know a lot about him, but I do like his work. This is from Blythe Field's first LP, which was called Old Songs, New Songs, which you can buy on Bandcamp, name your price, and it's called Woody Allen.
This is a story based on the actual events of my life. So, name one Woody Allen movie that can say that. One.
Every single one. Every single one. I'm not judging.
No, Woody Allen's movies are funny. This is not funny. This is a sad, tragic tale based on my life. And Woody Allen movies are always in black and white. This is in color.
Annie Hall is not in black and white. Crimes and Misdemeanors.
There are others. There are others of his movies. Can we just...
I'm just making an observation. I'm not judging you.
Woody Allen by Blythe Field. So there are 9 categories on these 10 song mixes, and there are only 9 because I think it's important to leave a wild card slot, that sort of song that fits nicely into the mix that doesn't necessarily align with any of the other categories. For my first one, I'm going to go for a song called Wow and Flutter, not by Stereolab, but by Reckless Eric. Now, I'm not a huge expert on Reckless Eric's back catalogue, but when I heard this song a few years ago, I was just blown away by it. It somehow manages to sound lethargic and aggressive at the same time, and a particular thing I love is the way he introduces the guitar solo, which in itself is an admirably minimal Velvet Underground type affair, and he introduces it with a very sardonic "Go Tiger Go." So this is Wow and Flutter.
I
a fanboy, but how do you make your records sound like your records sound to me? Oh, is this your car? It looks very stylish. I suppose you drive it fast. Oh, is this your wife? Lucky lady. Well, how did someone like you luck out with a woman like that? You know, I've never really liked you. I thought I did, but it was just a pose. And you got everything I want. I wanna be you, I suppose. And all your records are shit, except for maybe one. And I'm your biggest fan. If I can't tell you, then who can? And here come the discords. Here comes the bit. No, again. Here come the discords. Here comes the bit that's gonna stop this from being a hit. Go, Tiger, go.
Before we get to the final song, just a note about being a guest mixer. Thank you to all the people who've already contacted me to say they're interested in taking part. Basically, there are three ways of doing it. The simplest way is just to send me a list of the songs that you want to include and a bit of an explanation, and you can email that to me at thefallinfives@gmail.com. If you would rather do so, you could record yourself, do a little sound file and send that to me, and I'll edit that into a show. But the method I'm hoping to use more often is to have an actual chat and interview on Teams or Zoom, set something up, you talk me through the choices, and we make a show out of that. So if you're at all interested, as I say, thefallinfives@gmail.com. One last thing before we get to the last song. The Hit the Ground Running song and the finale song, which I'll talk about in a second, obviously have to be at the beginning and the end, but the other categories can go in whatever order you think suits the mix best. So, for each mix, I'm looking for something to finish that's suitably epic and stirring, and the first thing that sprang to mind for me was the Walkabout's Feel Like Going Home. It's a cover of a Charlie Rich song, and it's just effortlessly breathtaking. If this doesn't stir you, then you should check your pulse.
Lord, I feel like
fail and I'm tired and weary. Everything I've done is wrong. And I feel like going home.
Lord, I tried to see it through. But it was too much for me. Now I'm coming home to you. Yeah, I feel like going home. Cloudy skies are closing in, and not a friend around to help me. Of all the places I've been, Lord, I feel like going home.
That was The Walkabouts with Feel Like Going Home from their 1993 album Satisfying Mind. Just glorious. Well, that's it for the first mix. Thank you for accompanying me along the way. I hope you found at least some music to love there. So please like, follow, share and all that stuff. And as I've mentioned a few times, all the links to everything, Blue Sky, Twitter, etc., can be found on the website www.stevesmixtapes.com. There is a Facebook group if you're interested in joining that as well. So that's it for now. Until next time, see ya.